So we just got back from the Brazilian Steakhouse, actually. The food was really, really good. There was a whole lot of it. I've been to several different Brazilian steakhouses now, Fogo de Chao at Gen Con every year, but also several other places in several other cities. And I have some guidelines for the proper way to survive your Brazilian steakhouse experience. First, skip lunch. Maybe don't skip lunch, but eat a light lunch unless you're going to the Brazilian steakhouse out lunch, which is often cheaper, but means you're not going to have dinner or dinner plans or really do anything for the rest of the day. Secondly, remember that there's all you can eat meat, so pace yourself. They usually have a little thing you can flip that's red on one side and green on the other. I think I actually have the last one with me. You don't need to have that thing green all the time. If they put a fresh piece of meat down on your plate, there's no need to leave it green just because they can bring you more food. There's this wonderful opportunity to have everything you eat be the fresh, hot, right off the spit food. And I'm not kidding, it makes a difference. You can get really small portions because they'll be right back by. You're going to have 3 bites, and those 3 bites are all like that first bite of a steak. Here it is. It's green on one side. That means, yeah, bring me more food. I'm a glutton. And then there's a red side that says, oh my God, I'm going to pop. So, and the other thing is that if there are a bunch of you at the table, maybe leave yours red if someone else has theirs green, because if something really good comes along, you can still say, yeah, I want some of that. These places always have a really amazing salad bar. That's a sucker's game. The salad bar is amazing so that you will eat stuff that is cheaper than steak. There's nothing wrong with picking up some stuff that you really, really like, but remember, you're not doing this so that you have something to eat until your food comes, because your food comes as soon as this is green. Secondly, you don't need to augment this experience this once with salad if you're not into that. This is not a case where you've got to worry about, oh, I wonder if I'm eating properly. You're at a Brazilian steakhouse. You're not really eating properly unless you're like doing a no-carb diet, in which case you're good. Frequently these things have things like, the salad bars have things like bacon and cheese, and I'm all for trying a little bit of it, but this is not a case where you want to pile this up on your plate. Other people start immediately getting hot food, and you'll want to finish your salad and get some sides. A little risotto is great. A little cheese is fine. I always pick up a little of something I've never had before. In this case, they had a mango salad that was mangoes and tomato bits and some stuff I didn't recognize. And I got a few spoonfuls of that, and it was delicious, and I'm glad to have tried it, but it just doesn't replace sirloin. I personally like to try and eat a bunch of different meats. If there's one I really, really like, I make a mental note of it, because usually I get to try 5 or 6 things. Again, I try and do very small portions. And then things start to come around again, and if I remember the bacon-wrapped filet mignon is amazing, I can have another one of those. I personally don't generally get chicken. There are usually a couple chicken dishes. It's not that I have anything against chicken. I like chicken, but Brazilian steakhouse chicken, in my experience, is only good, whereas Brazilian steakhouse steak is amazing. And don't be shy to ask them to send something specific around if you want to. This particular place has a little brochure that tells you what the 16 different meat dishes they serve is, and if it had not, I never would have known that they had a cheesesteak. It only came along once, and it's literally cheesesteak on a spit with the cheese shoved in it that's roasted with it. It was delicious. Also, and I know I just told you not to fill up at the salad bar, but seriously consider saving some room for dessert. Again, they normally have desserts you're just not going to get anywhere else. In this case, I had a papaya cream, which apparently is cream and some ice cream and frozen bits of papaya. They're blended together, and they put a liqueur over the top. And not only was it delicious, but it's just something I'm not ever going to get to experience at another kind of place, so it was absolutely worth it. And since it was a semi-liquid, I could find the cracks in my stomach where meat had not yet managed to seep in. And finally, stop before you hurt yourself. Just because you can eat everything doesn't mean you should. This is another reason I recommend people save a little room for dessert, because that means if, when you order your dessert, it comes by and it turns out you don't have room after all, the dessert you can get in it to go. Not, I'm sure, papaya cream, but they had cake and other things. They're not going to let you take extra steak, but they will let you take your dessert home normally. So it's an opportunity to not hurt yourself. I think it's a lovely treat. We had several good friends and had a wonderful view of one of the bays. It was a lot of fun. If you want a special occasion, a treat, one of those things you do that's sort of an event dinner, and you haven't tried one of these, I do recommend it. Neat.